Gershkovich denies the charges, and President Biden has called his detention totally illegal. If found guilty of spying, the 32-year-old faces up to 20 years in prison.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The day after people in Georgia paid their respects to former First Lady Rosalind Carter as her casket lied in repose at the Carter Presidential Library. Her husband, who was by her side when she died, will be at her memorial service.
Former President Jimmy Carter, who is 99, is expected to leave hospice care and join fellow presidents and first ladies at a tribute for former First Lady Rosalind Carter in Atlanta. He has rarely been seen in public since entering hospice care in February and made the trip from the couple's home in Plains, Georgia to Atlanta for today's service.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. This is Giving Tuesday for us to donate instead of shop after Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Last year, Americans gave more than $3 billion to charity on this day alone. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Recent data from the FDIC reveals 53 top banks could soon collapse just like Silicon Valley Bank. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your savings today using a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To find out more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. So text SHELTER to the number 989898 and protect what's yours.
There's no school today at Southeast Raleigh High in North Carolina. The day after a student was stabbed in a fight in the gym and the 15-year-old boy later died. Another student's in custody.
One suspect is in custody at this time, and we're happy to report that. And there is no further threat to the school or to the community.
Raleigh Police Chief Estella Patterson. Is this the week Congressman George Santos gets kicked out of the House? The Republican from New York's been under scrutiny over lies he told about his past before the election, following a criminal fraud indictment as well.
While in Florida, Speaker Mike Johnson says it's not yet determined when or if an expulsion vote on New York Congressman George Santos could happen.
It remains to be seen. I've spoken to Congressman Santos at some length over the holiday and talked to him about his options.
House Ethics Committee Chairman Michael Guest has filed a resolution to expel Santos after a report from the committee accused Santos of using campaign funds for personal use. Santos has called the investigation political and plans on holding a press conference Thursday morning. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Also in the nation's capital, concern about a new wave of illnesses, perhaps linked to China, where COVID originated.
Hospitals, emergency rooms, and urgent care centers in Washington are reporting an uptick in patients complaining of respiratory problems impacting primarily children that appear to be similar to a reported mystery illness outbreak in China. Chinese health officials claim the surge in lung ailments is merely the effect of the flu and known pathogens and not some novel virus. The World Health Organization says it's still reviewing the data, but says the reported outbreak needs to be watched closely. Jack Callahan, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures down modestly before today's trading. On Monday Night Football, the Chicago Bears beat the Minnesota Vikings 12-10. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois' Attorney General warning residents to exercise caution when shopping online for Cyber Monday and through Christmas holiday shopping season. He's urging shoppers to do research before taking advantage of buy now, pay later offers or accepting offers of loans. He also recommends avoiding fake websites and never give out private information. One man wounded following a shooting in Decatur. Police say the victim was shot Saturday night near the corner of Van Dyke and View Streets. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting is under investigation. No one hurt. It follows the Thanksgiving Day fire in Champaign. The blaze began Thursday in a detached garage in the 1600 block of Parkside Terrace. Police determined the fire caused by a grill, calling it accidental. Sports. Illinois dropped its regular season finale to Northwestern Saturday, 45-43 at Memorial Stadium. Another season for college football winded down, and that's what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Well, it is November 28th, so 15 degrees. degrees feels a little cold.
It does.
But just think, when it goes to 40, how warm that'll feel.
Yes, this
I'm
weekend.
Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey.
Morning.
And good morning. It is November 28th. It is Tuesday morning. Our weather this morning brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And so many great deals happening, especially on the pool passes coming up. You can find out more about that. And of course, Urbana Foundation and supporting kids with scholarships. It's Giving Tuesday today. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Well, Mr. Meteorologist Greg Soye, the learned one, got a weather station for Christmas when he was 12 and never looked back. Here he is. Good morning, sir.
Good morning there, guys. Yeah, and you've hit the nail on the head. Nice little synopsis. It's kind of feeling a little colder as it should be for this point in late November, almost an early January feel in some spots. We got readings in the single digits out towards Bloomington Normal. They're at 8 right now, 11 at Peoria, and 6 at Galesburg. And there's a little more snow on the ground there versus the little skiff that we did get in some spots on the overnight hours, particularly to the north and east of Champaign proper. 14 over at Willett and Savoy, same at Rantoul, 18 at Danville. Down towards St. Louis ways, a little bit better at 24. Up towards Chicago, they are at 15 at the current time. Some snow shower and flurry activity winding its way south and east of about West Lafayette, Purdue, down to Indy, and heading towards St. Louis. Lake snows through northern Indiana and southwest lower Michigan. A cold day, he tries to say, and a sun-filled day today. Combining words, 28 the expected high. A little more typical of January 10th versus late November, but this too shall pass. West wind fair tonight, 18 and rising on the temperature seen after midnight. Tomorrow, breezy and milder, as you pointed out. A better feel in the afternoon. A gusty southwest to west wind, though, at 44. We're up to 47, but rain is knocking at the door for a Thursday afternoon. Kind of rainy on Friday, December 1st. Not bad at 43. Temperatures turn a little bit cooler in the afternoon. And a touch of fog here Saturday morning. Partly sunny at 44. Upper 40s with a little rain back in for Sunday. Not bad Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Fairly quiet weather pattern next week. Daytime readings above average at 45 to 50 degrees. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Well, thank you, Greg. We appreciate that. 7:08 on a cold morning here across East Central Illinois, but as you mentioned, things will be get better. Happy about that news. All right, ESPN 93.5 on this Tuesday morning. Ashley Hayek, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
She's political strategist, America First Works executive director. What is America First Works?
We are an advocacy group that is dedicated to giving power back to the American people where it belongs and focused on passing legislation at the federal and state level. And right now, we are particularly interested in saving America in 2024 by focusing on mobilizing voters and making sure we secure that early and mail vote. I
have a little skepticism about all
Exactly.
that stuff. I always enjoy the election day versus election season. I'm just not an advocate of all that, and I know it's supposed to make everything easier. But okay, so how do you propose to do that? And how do I say this? How do we get rid of drop boxes?
Drop boxes, they're a major problem. There's no doubt. However, we were just in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and the drop boxes there are extremely secure. They have cameras on them. You have people from both parties that are monitoring the drop boxes. They're indoors, so it's locked at night. So it's not like in the middle of the night someone can go and drop a bunch of ballots. Now, at the end of the day, you want to pass legislation that eliminates them, right? Like, that's the ultimate goal. But when you're looking in places like, Michigan or Pennsylvania, where you don't have a legislative system that is friendly to, common sense policies, you have to make sure that you have the boots on the ground to do the election integrity work, the part that's not fun, to show up and do the hard work to make sure that our elections are secure.
Yeah, I know I'm, real backwards, but I thought voter ID is a good idea since you need, essentially ID to get liquor or ride on an airplane.
What?
1,000,000% you should have voter. And you know what? 80% of Americans want voter ID. It's not, that is a common sense policy, but you know what? There's no common sense in politics ever. So we have to do the hard work on the front end to make sure we secure our elections as best as possible.
Why do you do this, Ashley? Why? Because, aren't you in D.C.?
I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm from California. I say the worst ideas are usually born in California and likely New Jersey. But I'm a mom to 5 kids, and I have to preserve their future.
What? Wait a minute. You have 5 children, and you're doing this? How can you possibly have time?
Yes, it's good time management, and I have an awesome husband.
What are the ages of your children, Ashley?
12, 9, 7, 5, and 18 months.
Nice.
You're just awesome. I'm a big fan already.
Exactly.
Forget the America First stuff. That's awesome. I love this. This is better.
Thank you.
Well, okay, so you're passionate, but there's a reason. But why are you passionate? I mean, how are you've always been kind of a political nerdish kind of what? Why? How do you do that? How are you into this?
Well, I'll tell you how I got started. I grew up on a farm in Central California. My dad's a farmer. My sister's a farmer. My other sister's a rodeo queen. When I was a little girl, I really wanted an American Girl doll, and it was $80. And my dad went and he would cut. He was a walnut farmer. He would cut the out of the trees. I would clean it and I would sell it so I could save up money for this $81 American Girl doll. So I saved up some money. My dad said, "Okay, call, see if you have enough to cover everything." And I called, and they said, "Well, it's $81 plus tax and shipping." And I said, "Well, Dad, what's tax and shipping? I understood the shipping, but what's the tax?" He's like, "Well, that's what you have to pay the government." And I said, "But Dad, I don't want to pay the government. Why do I have to pay the government?" And he said, "Ashley, you're a Republican." So from that point forward, I've been a loyal Republican and conservative. And then I've just always been really passionate about our country. I love America. I think we are born in the greatest country in the world. My husband is a Marine. Family is the most important thing to me. And so if we don't fight to protect our country, it will disappear. Just like Ronald Reagan said, we are one generation away from extinction, right? So,
kind of a fan, Ashley. Kind of want you on a lot. So this is just. I already got the title of your new book. It's going to be titled "Riding the Bull." You know, kind of take off on the rodeo thing, and you're in Washington trying to hang on and figure all this out. So,
well, I did just write a book, and it's called "Beat the Elite." And it's 5 steps on how to save America. And at the end of each chapter, there's a call to action. And I'm working on a second one right now because really the power belongs to the people, and we have to fight to make sure that every single representative knows that they are accountable to us. We should never cede our power to some representative who goes off to the swamp.
Beat the elite sounds a little socialist to me, though.
Beat the elite is like beat the people that are ruling us right now. Not the people. This is we the people, and I get it. That's the elite. And you're never invited to squat in Washington D.C. Actually, you have no social life. If you're in Washington, you got nothing. You got your husband, 5 kids, and then your family. But there's nobody in Washington that's talking like this.
It's okay. We have a whole group, America First policy, and America First works, greatest patriots in the country. But I'll tell you what's really interesting is that in the book, like I talk about Liz Cheney, for example, she started in Congress. Her salary, she had a net worth of $7 million. By the time she left Congress, her net worth was over $40 million. Tell me that that's not a sign of someone who went to make money off the backs of the American people.
Hold on, I got to look that up. Liz Cheney criticizing. You're a sexist. That's what you are. That's exactly what you are. So
how dare you?
Yeah, you have name calling here. Ashley Hayek, Hayak. How can people reach you? What you're doing? Connect with you.
So our website is AmericaFirstWorks.com. We're on social media, America First Works, and then I'm at Ashley Hayek on all the platforms.
Rooting for you, fan of yours already. Did you? By the way, did you get the American Girl doll and just suck it up on the tax?
I did.
Yeah.
I got Samantha, and guess what? I still have her to this day.
Yes,
I love
have Samantha too.
You have Samantha?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the black hair.
Yeah,
okay.
Brown hair.
Okay, boys or girls? 5 kids. Boys or girls?
4 girls, 1 boy. The boy's in the middle, so pray for him too.
You're not getting any bathroom time. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ashley, good meeting you. Keep up your good work, good passion, and you're authentic. It's great.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You as well. It's Ashley Hayek. I like her. ESPN 93.5 on the Talbot's Joint phone line. Sports headlines.
The Chicago Bears finally one of those up-for-grab games after all those painful finishes. Cairo Santos with his 30-yard field goal with 10 seconds left. His 4th of the night after a miss on the opening drive. The Bears had 4 interceptions of Joshua Dobbs in the defense-dominated 12-10 victory over the Minnesota Vikings last night.
Now, what is the feel here? Oh, no, we hurt our draft pick. Or, oh, boy, we won. Vikings are, I guess, still in the playoff hunt. Bears are not. I don't know. I guess, are you happy at this point, or you just want a draft pick? I don't know.
So Bears are 4-8.
Yeah.
So
they win the rest of their games.
Stop the 12-game NFC North losing streak,
this first
including 6 in a row against the Vikings.
Yeah, they haven't beaten Minnesota. Well, all right, good for the Bears. Way to go. Yeah.
So that was, I guess, good news.
I don't know.
You're right. I don't know how to play this.
If they win the next 5, they could possibly get into the playoffs. So I guess there's 9 and 8 might get in. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Never know.
So Andrew Dennis is who people are talking about, a new recruit coming on board for the University of Illinois football team, offensive lineman that's 6'5", 275.
Can he start?
Mount Pleasant, Michigan. That's right. One of the highest rated prospects.
Oh, 4-star.
Yeah.
No, that's great news, and we need... Boy, Jay Lehman last night. We need lineman, interior, defensive.
I guess Bart Miller's really been working on this.
Well, good for them.
That's right.
Because we need linemen defensively and offensively. So,
I wanted to look at the rankings. I think Purdue is number 1.
Yeah, Purdue's number 1 because they should be. They won the Maui.
That's right.
And so they beat Tennessee, and then they beat Marquette. Really good game. So,
Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And so, in any case, there we go. Arizona's 2, Marquette's number 3, UConn 4, Kansas at 5 now, bumping down. But that makes sense because they're 5-1.
Yep.
We also have University of Illinois at number 24.
Basketball, let's go.
And one of the people that will be playing soon, Florida Atlantic, is number 13, I see. So we've got Rutgers next, though. That's who we're focusing on, I believe, Saturday at 3.
At the rack.
And Rutgers winning yesterday. Wisconsin winning, Northwestern winning. But, again, these are kind of out of the conference games. So Portland over the Pacers. That final was 115-110. St. Louis Cardinals lock in Sonny Gray.
Yeah, Sonny Gray's their ace now.
Right.
He was the second-place guy in the Cy Young in the American League against next to Garrett Cole. So that's a good pickup for the Cardinals. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always there for you, and they've got the vaccinations you need. All you need to do is research at carl.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Yeah, that feel of wintertime in the air for about the next 24 hours, but the sun will be out. That should help, but the wind will be down. We'll get those winds into the south, and temperatures will take on more seasonal expectations tomorrow and in through the rest of the weekend, into the weekend too, but a series of systems up out of the southern plains, plenty of Gulf moisture. I mean, lots of clouds and a fair amount of rain as well. Sunny, cold for the day today, 28 the expected high. On the westerly wind, 7 to 14 miles per hour, bit gusty this afternoon. Fair cold tonight, down around 18, then slowly rising temperatures late. Tomorrow, breezy turning milder, mostly sunny, and 44. Into the 20s tomorrow night. Some rain in the afternoon on Thursday, up to 47. Rainy Friday, 43, and then falling temperatures. Some afternoon sun Saturday, a little rain on Sunday. Weekend highs in the mid to upper 40s, and still a little above average with dry weather Monday and Tuesday. Next week, high temperatures between 45 and 50 degrees. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Reach your savings goals. Busey Bank's CD specials can help. Watch your money grow with competitive rates and offers. Visit Busey.com/CD rates. Visit your local service center or call 1-800-67-BUSEY today. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Boeing shares are up 2%. Analysts at RBC Capital are upbeat about the plane maker and are predicting favorable conditions next year after a year of supply chain disruptions and lowered expectations. Crude oil futures are higher this morning after a 4-day losing streak. Traders are waiting for a meeting this week of OPEC and its allies, including Russia. The in-person gathering last week was delayed, raising speculation of dissent among OPEC Plus members. It will now be an online meeting held Thursday. Avidity Biosciences shares are rallying on news that it has a new collaboration with Bristol Myers, including significant funding. Avidity is working on new treatments for cardiovascular diseases using RNA therapeutics. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
I'm Charles Payne. Listen to my Unstoppable Prosperity podcast so I can get you making money right now. 35 years on Wall Street taught me how to successfully invest in the stock market. In my 4-part series, I'm going to teach you too. Some of Fox Business's finest join me to help tell my story, impart crucial lessons from my Unstoppable Prosperity book, and to give you the tools to achieve your own financial dreams.
Listen anytime, everywhere at foxbusinesspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
ESPN 93.5. We're going to talk about Willard Airport here coming in about 10 minutes. You're going to want to hear this.
Yeah.
Travis and Alex bought a home in Southwest Champaign to fix it up. They wanted to flip it. Well, they got somebody to talk, a real estate agent that really the opinion was off. They were told it's going to have $80,000 more than true market value. They had a mess on their hands, so they got hold of Nate Evans at the Nate Evans Group. Nate got involved with his corporate relocation relationships. This home they invested in, they were able to get a seller quickly for $600,000, relieving them of the financial burden that they incurred.
And, you know, he doesn't hire inexperienced agents, and that really works to your advantage. As you just call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans at 217-239-7113. And talk about your timeline. You can get an immediate cash offer on your home. There's flexible fees. Sell your home for the most money possible. I mean, the partnership with Zillow, for instance, or if you want to see the value of your home, you just do an online search to Nate Evans Group and hit that button right in the middle. It's very easy as you get the process started. Just Google Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost?
Nothing.
Come on.
For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freakin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
Invest in yourself and your money with a free rewards checking account from Fisher National Bank. Instead of losing a little each month in service fees and charges, wouldn't it be nice to earn on your money? Switch to Fisher National, where we offer 2.02 annual percentage yield on balances up to $20,000. No service fees or minimum balance required. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, agree to receive your statements electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle to qualify. It's as easy as that. If an excellent APY alone wasn't enough, our free rewards checking also includes ATM fee refunds up to $20 and access to Reward Saver, which increases your earnings potential with 4.07% APY on balances up to $20,000. When you're ready to maximize your money, look to Fisher National, a bank ready to make the investment in you. See monthly requirements at any branch or visit fishernational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
We have a program here. It's called Stever. When my kids are growing up, mostly Christian, the oldest triplet would say, "Easy, Stever, calm down." And
That's
I would
right.
say something exaggerated.
Excited about something.
Yeah. So anyway, this is kind of that kind of exceptional kind of what are you talking about thing. This is where I actually give you money to spend. Today's featured business is Jet's Pizza.
Yes.
And I don't think I have too much problems telling you I'll give you $50 if you'd like it.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go to GoStever.com. It's up there right now. It says $50 at Jet's Pizza. That'll get you 2 big quality. We're talking homemade sauce, cheese that's never flash frozen like most everybody else.
They grate it fresh.
Grate it fresh. Think about that grater.
Right.
That's what they do.
In the month of November, their specialty pizzas are $5 off. So that chicken bacon ranch that I love so much at Jet's Pizza is a discounted price. And we're giving you $50 to try it out. Have you not had a chance to win this year? Well, this could be your shot.
Yeah.
We're at 512 South Neal Street and 1907 West Springfield when it comes to the Jet's Pizza location over there by Round Barn. And you can pop in for lunch. You can treat the office maybe. And they've got everything you need when it comes to salads. And if you want to finish with something sweet, the cinnamon sticks, the chocolate chip cookies, the chocolate chip brownie. They've got that deep dish bread. You love it all from Jet's Pizza.
All you got to do is go to GoStever.com if you're not a member right now. Again, when we started this thing, I'd say, there'll be a few hundred people. There are thousands of people because they found a radio guy giving away money. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Whatever you want to do. You don't have to join, but if you're missing out, you're missing out.
Something about that corner pizza too. That crust,
little crunch.
It's just perfect.
Very flavorful.
It's rectangle, the Detroit style pizza.
Handing out pizzas if you want them. 217-359-2255 is the text line, but we prefer today you go to GoStever.com when you get out of your car. GoStever.com, and good luck. You get an email tonight after 8. You'll have about a week to spend my money, and then you have a survey, and it'll question you, and you'll thoughtfully fill it out how Jets can do better. How'd they do for you? You fill that out, boom, you're done, ready for the next one. All right, GoStever.com, GoStever.com. Willard Airport. There's a lot to talk about with Willard Airport, our wonderful facility in Savoy, run by the wonderful University of Illinois. We'll talk about it next, 728.
Hi, I'm Champaign County Clerk Aaron Ammons. Voting is a civic duty and responsibility that I work every day to protect and enhance as your county clerk. You have a choice to vote in person or by mail. The data shows that vote by mail is the most efficient way to vote. There are many reasons why, and here are a few. Instead of using your tax dollars for physical space and buying more election equipment, vote by mail allows us to reduce election costs. VBM increases overall voter turnout, and there's no need to schedule time off work or find transportation to cast your ballot. Just follow the step-by-step guidance we mail to you, fill out your ballot, and mail it back to our office. It's that easy. If you use one of the drop boxes located throughout the county, there's no charge for postage. Other states have universal VBM elections, and they see the savings and higher voter turnout we deserve. I strongly encourage you all to sign on to the permanent vote by mail list and vote from the comforts of your home. Go to ChampaignCountyClerkIL.gov and sign up now.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
During challenging times, family and health come first. This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Many of us have spent the past year feeling a little bit out of control. There are steps you can take to help plan for a better financial future. Now is the time to take action and create a financial plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. More aid is moving into Gaza, and more hostages and prisoners are being swapped as a 4-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is extended at least another 2 days. The Israeli military says Hamas has transferred a kidnapped family, a couple and their sons, 4 years and 10 months old, to another terrorist faction in Gaza. The mother is Ifat Zayler's niece.
It's crazy just thinking about it. We're waiting hopelessly, trying to remain positive. Every day counts for that baby.
She was on Fox and Friends. 41 miners trapped for 17 days since a tunnel collapse in India are told they'll be out soon.
So-called rat miners, experts at working in confined tunnels, have drilled through rocks and debris. We're told that one at a time, the unlucky workers will be winched out on stretchers.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois Department of Natural Resources hosting its annual Christmas Remembrance ceremony this weekend. It's being held for Illinois soldiers listed as prisoners of war or missing in action during the Vietnam War. It takes place Saturday at the Illinois Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Oak Ridge Cemetery in Springfield. Champaign Strides Shelter is celebrating their one-year anniversary next month. Staff says they've learned a lot since opening day. Communications coordinator Charlie Murray says one thing that hasn't changed is the need for donations. They made it a Facebook post asking for items like coats, body wash, as well as clothes. As part of National Rural Health Day this month, Mercy Health Urbana Hospital announcing it's been recognized with this year's Performance Leadership Award for Excellence in Outcomes. The Performance Leadership Awards are based on the results of the Chartist Rural Hospital Performance Index. And Illinois dropped its finale to Northwestern Saturday 45-43 at Memorial Stadium. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, check of Greg Sollier's weather brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices interested in a free evaluation. I can get that for you. Free evaluation from Greg Wolf. Call today, 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. It's a December feel out there this morning, and it'll stay that way for about the next 24 hours, but then south winds take hold. Another pattern shift, upper level winds in from the south and southwest. Lots of clouds, milder weather for the time of year, early December, and wetter too. Sunshine cold for the day today, west wind, and about 28. The expected high should be at 42, 43 this time of the year. Down to 18 tonight, fair skies, slowly rising temperatures late for the day tomorrow, breezy and milder in the afternoon. Sunshine in 44. Clouds roll in for the day on Thursday. Some rain in the afternoon, the high to about 47 degrees. A rainy Friday, especially the morning hours, 43 and dropping. Some afternoon sun for the day on Saturday. Not a lot, the high to 44. A little more rain back in the forecast for Sunday at 48. Still pretty mild around here for early December. Monday and Tuesday, a little bit of sunshine, breezy. High temperatures between 45 and 50 degrees. We'll keep you up to date right here for Stevie Jay Broadcasting. Happy Meteorologist Greg Solgay.
What are we, 15? It's in the teens. It's kind of chilly. All right. Happy to have Alan Nudo, N-U-D-O. Alan Nudo, former Champaign County board member. He's been politically active. He's most recently been very active in the development and the progress of Willard Airport. Alan, good morning.
Morning, Stevie, Diane.
How are you?
Nice to see you. Look the same.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that you look...
Good thing or bad thing?
No, you look the same as you did when you called me to be in some modeling show in 1979.
Is that right?
You did. You were Ropeson's working with Kyle and Phyllis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we did some sort of a model with clothing, and I was modeling Robeson's clothing in 1979.
Wow. Look at you,
That
Stevie.
was my fashion era.
Well, you were so dapper. You were in a blue suit.
You got good memory.
Yeah, I just remember. That's
Good
how long
memory.
I've known Alan Nudo. That's 40-some years.
It is.
Anyway, nice to see you. Look great.
Thank you.
All right, so why was your involvement in Willard? I mean, that's a decade you worked around this, right? Is that right?
Try 11 years. Yeah.
11 years working on what? A commission? What were you working
Well,
with?
about 11 years ago, a group of us, Kyle Robeson was really an instigator for me. He got me involved, and we decided we were going to try and get the public aware of the Willard Airport usage. And it got the attention of Mike DiLorenzo at the university, who was with Chancellor Wise. Chancellor Wise put together a committee, and that was 11 years ago.
Okay. All right. So where are we currently as in regards to, I mean, Bloomington normal, now Peoria, getting a lot, Springfield getting some legs. Where does the University of Illinois Airport, Willard Airport rank in all of those?
Well, you know, we have the highest population of the four county-wise, and we have the lowest emplanements, which is passenger use. So just typically...
Our county's bigger than Peoria, not Peoria.
That's
really?
right.
Peoria County?
Yeah.
And was it McLean County?
Yep.
And what's Springfield is
Sangamon.
Sangamon. And
Yeah.
we're big. Champaign County's bigger. Of course, our university's 50,000 people with just students, and then the administrations, researchers, all these professors. I mean,
people who want to fly.
People that need to get here.
Yeah.
I mean, right? We try and attract the best talent to stay number one in things like engineering and all these other fields. Okay, so we're lower usage than anybody else there?
Just to put it in practical terms, Willard has 1/3 the number of enplanements, passengers, that Bloomington does with more population.
1/3.
And with Peoria, 1/4. And even Springfield has more enplanements. So they're about 72,000 passengers a year back in 2022, and we had 62.
Okay, so why is it important for me to have more options out of Champaign-Urbana?
If you can believe this, 8 out of 10 people who fly from this community fly out of somewhere else. 8 out of 10. So that's what they call leakage.
Mm.
And I think the reason is American has great capacity, and they do fill the planes, but they're expensive. And family recreational flying and vacation flying is just out of the question. So people are willing to fly out of XYZ, primarily
Midway,
O'Hare.
Chicago, Indianapolis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so you can drive it. Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants to.
And it's much easier to come out. But, you know, the two things I hear about all the time, obviously the price. It's going to be a little more because there's no competition.
Mm-hmm.
We need more competition. And number two, parking. They charge for parking. Bloomington doesn't. I mean, I heard that 1,000 times, Alan. Why is the parking fee, which are dollars, so sensitive to that?
Well, it's free in Bloomington, free in Peoria. By the way, Peoria has 274,000 passengers against our 62.
274,000
with
people.
less population.
That's stunning. Okay, so how can we, and I'm certainly open if people have comments about our airport, 217-359-2255. Text in your thoughts on Willard, because I love flying out of Willard when I can. Everybody says the same thing. Well, I try and price it when I can. I do fly out of, but if we're losing 8 out of 10 from this area, we're losing.
We're losing.
We're 2-10 football team, essentially, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're looking like.
You could put it that way. Well, I think it's all about money. You have to have money to attract low-cost air carriers. The other three in this regional area, they all have low-cost air carriers. Allegiant, Breeze.
Frontier. We can't get them here?
With money.
Okay, so what do they look for? What do the airlines want?
They want guarantees. They want to make sure that the number of planes they put on this airfield are filled.
Okay.
And so if they're not filled, they want a guarantee that they can credit against. If it isn't filled, they take some of that $1 million. If they fill it, then they don't take the $1 million. It's just basically there to support. It's a guarantee.
Okay, how long do you have to guarantee that? Is that
that's the key in negotiations, and
it's going to be more than a year. They're not going to effort that.
I think they want to try things for a period of time. But the one thing about airlines is they have a movable asset, and if they think that this isn't going to make as much money if they move it to XYZ, they just move their plane overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be on top of this at all times. You have to work with the airlines and make sure they're happy and not have any surprises once they're here.
We got a text out of Rantoul that says, I'll drive an hour or two to save several $100 every time.
Absolutely. That's the key.
But the key is also more options, so you could drive price down. There might be another airline serving the same city. Is that kind of the... Does Bloomington have more than one trip to Chicago from American? Do they have other airliners?
Yeah, they do. They have.
That's going to drive the price down. It's called competition.
It's called competition. You get another airline in this place, and American changes their flights. In fact, they did when United was here for a short period of time. But what's really missing is the economic impact of not having an airport that serves Midwestern, regional, or national concerns, because they got a checklist, and the checklist says we have to have an airport that we can get our clients out of here and our employees out of here in one-day turnaround.
How many U of I people come in for 3 days and leave, and they're probably not flying out of Champaign? If 8 out of 10, I mean, they're coming and going. They'd like to fly in Champaign, but Bloomington's 45 minutes.
Yeah, no question.
So to change this and to be the number one airport outside of Chicago, how do we do that? I mean, and who do we have to call or suggest, say, hey, this is important? And I guess my question is, why don't we see that?
Well, the University of Illinois owns the airport. They manage the airport, and I think they're obligated to serve the public for low-cost.
Why would they want to own that? Can't they sell it?
No, they can't. There's too much to unwind, too many grants and federal things that are tied to that land that you'd have to pay back.
Wouldn't they, if they could, wouldn't they sell and say, that's not our area, we'd rather not?
I don't think so. And
Okay.
after 11 years, I get the gist of it. They don't want to do that. But it could be managed differently. And if you have a airport authority with, like the Fox Atkins
They did
Research
that here.
Park.
Research Park, they got other funding somehow, right?
Exactly. And so there's, a consortium of public-private management is really probably where the answer is. And then the money has to come from a lot of different sources. It could be additional taxes. It could be, hotel, motel, restaurant, gaming, instead of property taxes, which would be acceptable.
But the U of I has that responsibility to somehow fund it. It's up to them. Is
Yeah.
that okay? So they could budget it in or lobby for a tax increase of some kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly right.
You tax every ticket that you sell.
Right. Well, the other thing is you could have them go to the state legislature and say, this is a core thing that we need for better professors, more research dollars, and taking care of the public since we own it, the airport. They could get it from the state legislature. I can't imagine why we
Does
can't.
Springfield, Peoria, and Bloomington get state money?
No.
Okay, so
They
they
don't.
figured it out. So they're not going to give it to Champaign if they
But
do.
they figured it out.
They figured it out.
That's
So
the
what do
thing.
they
We
do? Why
haven't.
can't we just talk to them? They tell us, right? Here's how we do it. Here's our plan. Why can't we do that?
Well, as always, it's not that simple. That's what I hear, but I think it can be done, Stevie. I can't imagine why we can't get over the hump here.
Okay. Again, talking to Alan Nudo, ESPN 93.5. If you would like to text something about Willard Airport here in Champaign-Urbana, why you fly there, why you don't, 217-359-2255.
You hit the parking, Stevie, and I've never parked at Willard because I'm a townie. I'm going to get dropped off and picked up. I'm sorry. Why is that a thing?
That works. I rent cars every time I go somewhere. And I go to Willard and pick it up, and I Uber there and I Uber back, so I don't park there.
That's right.
So you can get around it.
Yeah. But we used to have Charlotte. It was that COVID. We had a gateway to the east. We had that. I thought United was going to go to Denver for a while there. I don't know what happened to that. I thought there was buzz about that.
As I understood it, Charlotte was a pretty good flight occupancy. And again, they just moved it because they felt they could get more occupancy out of another location and more dollars.
They're just going to go where the money is. That's how it works.
Very simple.
Drives it. All right, so we could, I'm sure we've talked to Frontier. I'm sure we've talked to Allegiant. We've talked to them. They just want the guarantee that we're not offering.
We've offered gimmicky kind of things to incent them, but it's about
okay. Well,
about the money.
Nothing happens without it being a priority.
That's right.
Right?
Exactly right.
You're not going to get anything done without somebody caring enough that can do something about it. And I guess we have so many options. The people aren't too vocal because they're going to soccer practice. They got other things to worry about. And if you offer it, I'll go off if it's reasonably priced. I think if you had 348 out of Champaign and 358 or 338 out of Bloomington, they're going to go to Champaign.
Yeah.
If it's comparable, $50 more, I'd do it. But when it's $520 versus $340, you're just going to drive.
That's the rub right there.
Okay. Alan, but what do the people listening do? What would you suggest?
Well, that's the reason I'm on, and I wanted to get the public more aware of what's being done and what's not being done. And after 11 years, I said to myself, I've got one more chance, and I want to make sure that the public knows about it, and they talk to their city council members, and they talk to people in the neighborhood, and that's how it started with me. I just got involved, and I think it's a benefit to us. I think it's an economic benefit to us, and I think it's a quality of life thing. So I think we could be better.
Again, you think all the dominoes that fall when you have people coming here, and if it's ease of getting here, you have a way better chance to hire people you want, or even have people come to the games that might spend a weekend here if there's easy access in and out. And you're telling me we're down to 4 flights a day?
4 flights.
With one airline.
With one airline. It fluctuates seasonally.
Yeah, but this is as low of a thing as we've offered for a long time, isn't it? So it's kind of going the other way.
Well, they have the larger planes now too. There's 72 capacity
Oh.
instead of in the 40s. So that to that degree, and we're filling it. I mean, business travel is
But you
great.
can charge more because they can.
They can.
That's all they got.
Business and university travel fills that plane.
Is American happy? Because you certainly want American to stay happy.
I've been told through some of our consultants that it's 2 of the most profitable runs they have.
And other airlines don't know that? Is that yeah. All right, so tell the person in their car what they can do if they so choose. Should they call people? You said council members. What does a council member have to, I mean, is it just the groundswell kind of a thing?
I think it is. I think, the city councils of Champaign and Urbana, Savoy, Rantoul, we need to make sure, the county, we need to make sure that people who are in elected positions realize that the budget is necessary to fund the kinds of things that we need to do to get low-cost air carriers, and they're a possibility to fill that need. Beyond that, I think, just information that the chancellor and his office hears from the community to make him aware that this is really important.
Are we set up for that? I mean, Bloomington Normal is a big airport. Could we handle that kind of traffic at our airport?
With ease, yeah.
Okay.
We could.
Because we got like small area up the escalator. It's not real big back there.
I just look at all those stations for tickets.
Yeah. There's a lot of stations for tickets. You can definitely
to the north end of the.
But wouldn't it be nice to fly Champaign to Orlando like Bloomington does?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tell you a horror story real quick. Dubuque had American only, and they moved their asset, and now they have nothing. Now, well, I take that back. Avelo, which is a low-cost air carrier out of Texas, now flies to Florida, but that's all they've got.
217 texter, not just the airport. Bloomington also seems to have more concerts, more big name acts, and what? I mean, we have a lot at the State Farm, don't we? I mean, we have Big Ten everything. And also, same texter, how much does State Farm and Country Financial support the airport? We don't have anything like that in the CU?
State Farm and Country, they pay property taxes, and this is funded through a property tax in McLean County. And so that money does help quite a bit. Also, State Farm mandates their employees fly out of Bloomington.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We can't mandate the University of Illinois. No. Well, we're just not doing it the same. I mean, if there was somebody in Bloomington Normal about 25 years ago said, we're going to do this thing, we need somebody like that.
That is their headquarters. So
I understand they got Growmark, State Farm. They got a lot of that. We have the University of Illinois, which is kind of a big deal. I don't know, but it's not going to happen without somebody really taking the ball and saying we're doing this.
That's right.
And nobody in government, like the mayor of Savoy or nothing like that. There's no power there. It's just the university. So
well, I will say that the advisory group has now been reconstituted, and there's a lot more governmental officials on that committee, and I think that was a wise move, and I think that possibly has the means to get this thing rolling, but I don't want to wait 11 years.
No. Alan Nudo, we appreciate you coming to Philo. What do you think of the Christmas tree?
Awesome.
It's 32 feet. I mean, can you believe how big
we got
it
a
is?
little Hallmark Christmas card right here
We
downtown
got a
Philo.
Hallmark movie going on here.
Their office here is right next to the government building, so I think there's a takeover.
Could be here working on it. Diane's going to run for. Oh, she's from Toulon. Anyway, we thank you for illuminating the fact that we are last place where we should be first place. Peoria, Springfield, and Bloomington, and we're either going to do something about it or it's going to kind of stay the same. But I think it would be so vibrant to really get going and be, wow, how'd Champaign get that?
Yeah.
We could do that.
We could.
If we had the will to do it.
We absolutely could.
We should. I would be all over it because I like the splash headline. Allegiant, Frontier, they're all coming. United to Denver, we're going. We could do this thing. We're going to Dallas now. That's cool. O'Hare's huge.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere from those two cities, but we can do better. Particularly, you look around. Mike Small always said, whatever you shot in golf, he said, what'd the other guys shoot? Right? It's just about
comparison.
We ought to be able to do that. Yeah. You sure shouldn't be tail end of those cities. I'm sorry. I love them. Love Peoria, Springfield, Bloomington Normal, but Champaign-Urbana ought to be. We got the University of Illinois. I still kind of get freaky about that ever going to Chicago.
You got my coaching competitive blood going.
I do. Yeah, Alan Nudo, great to see you. Look great. Appreciate all your effort in this, and thanks for getting the word out.
Thanks, Stevie.
Appreciate it. ESPN 93.5, 751. When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars. They're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com. By now, you've all heard the expression, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 for PDR Automotive. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. But who are they? They, the PDR staff, understand that a name is only as good as the people that represent it. The PDR staff has more than 335 years of combined automotive experience. Several employees now on staff for more than 25 years. PDR, more than just a name. Family owned and operated, now celebrating over 50 years in business.
These days, it seems like bank names are changing faster than a forecast in February. But at Iroquois Federal, we're still the same community bank we've always been. For more than 135 years, we've built relationships by helping build the things that matter, whether it's a business, a back porch, or the building blocks of a better life. If you're looking for a bank that's here for the long haul, swing by today and see for yourself why different rules. Iroquois Federal, still friendly, still local, still here.
Hi, it's Stevie Jay. So I took my mom into Audubell, owned by Jeff Hanley, who owns 13 locations around central Illinois. She's had so much trouble hearing for so long. Audubell, A-U-D-I-B-E-L, for hearing. And some of the new technologies, they've got AI now for some of these hearing aids, and they're virtually invisible. It's unbelievable, and it helped my mom. It helped her incredibly. We've been to other places. This is by far the best place I've ever been in for hearing help. Go to audibelteam.com. That's A-U-D-I-B-E-L. If you want more information about Audubell and how Jeff Hanley and his amazing culture and an amazing team that they have, go to audibelteam.com. That's A-U-D-I-B-E-L, audibelteam.com. You'll be so happy you found Audubell. Amazing work. They got a location in Champaign. Go to audibelteam.com. That's audibelteam.com.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. The Brian Hansen State Farm Agency will make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call me, State Farm Agent Brian Hansen in Champaign-Urbana today. For details, visit brianismyguy.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yep. 217 texter, I work at Willard. The cost per passenger that goes directly to the airport is higher than any other downstate airport. Again, if we want to do this, we can do it. Somebody's going to have to be the lead, and you're going to have the support of the University of Illinois and the trustees and the chancellor and everybody else, but you can do it. It's just whether we want to, we have the will to do it, but I think it'd be fantastic to have so many options. And parking generates a few $100,000. They charge for parking. We could get around that. You just need money. And you have free parking here. That's fine. You just got to get more funding. And if Bloomington, Springfield, and Peoria is pounding our tail end, that's up to us. We can change it if we want, or we don't. Whatever. Then we can just drive all the rest of our life to another airport.
Yeah.
Mr. Doctor, how are you?
We're fine, Stevie J. How are you guys?
Dr. Todd Likens, a pet pro, Madison, Kirby, and Champaign veterinarian.
Got through a big holiday, and, a lot of scraps sometimes comes the dog's way. Did you have any issues there in the veterinarian clinic?
No, remarkably calm on the doggy side. We had some kitties with urinary problems. I mean, male kitties can get a blockage from, they get crystals. And so we had not one, not two, but 3 cases of blockages over the holiday weekend. So I don't know what the cause of that was. So anyway, you guys, I'm sorry I didn't ask first question. I should have texted you in advance. Everybody is talking about this new dog virus thing. Are you guys up to speed on that a little bit?
No, what's up?
It's been all over the national news. It was on Channel 3 this morning and everywhere. I thought about talking about it last week. There's a new doggy, they think it's a pneumonia type thing, and now they're thinking it's bacterial that's wreaking havoc and causing really bad illness and even some death. And, of course, it's associated, they're worried about all the it's contagious. It's kind of associated with the kennel cough is what it looks like. Dogs get a bad cough, but in this case, though, it turns into a pneumonia. And so they just got a lot of heightened awareness out there that you need to be on top of any sort of respiratory things with your dogs right now.
So
fever,
you got to watch the doggy parks, right? I mean, sorry, but you really
well, yeah. I mean, anywhere you're around other dogs, you got to be a little more cautious right now. I know we're been on high alert. It's been around been reading about for a while, but it's kind of breaking fast in the fact that, when I talked to you last week, I hadn't gotten any information, and later that afternoon I got information from the state about it. There were no cases in Illinois at that point, but now there's been cases in Illinois, so now it's probably time to make people a little more aware.
Well, and when you drop the dog off at grooming, or if you do some boarding and things like that, what do you do? Vaccinate your dog then, or?
Well, that's what they're pushing right now, because they're not finding it's real antibiotic responsive. So, but they are pushing pretty hard to make sure all your respiratory vaccines are up to date. The Bordetella vaccines, and again, that's one of our weaker vaccines. So that's definitely one you want to keep up to date. And there's the dog flu vaccine is not a bad idea. It's coming back into stock. It's kind of one of those things I'm not looking forward to seeing any cases of. So
because they're going to come in, and obviously it's spreading, so you got to watch your own doggies.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do if you do get this, and how long does it last and all that?
Well, it seems to be a kind of a lingering type cough type thing. It's it's kennel cough supercharged. You get it, and kennel cough will last a week or so. This one seems to go on and on forever. But kennel cough is kind of interesting one in the fact that it's not just one thing. It's a complex of things can come together. And it appears that this is a kind of an unusual bacteria. From what I'm hearing, it's smaller and can get deeper into the lungs than other bacteria.
Man.
And they're having a hard time treating it.
Not good news. So, what are you calling it?
No name yet. It's that new. And bacteria, I haven't even heard a name for the bacteria yet. It's kind of weird when you see the literature call it a funky or weird bacteria.
Yeah. So how are you treating it?
Well, they're saying doxycycline's the drug of choice right now, but a lot some of these guys have to go on support, and I'm not set up to handle that. That's very few places have a lot of capacity for isolation cases. So, I mean, here we're anybody with a cough is like straight in, straight out, if at all, type thing at this point. So, because even if it's kennel cough, we're on guard anyway.
Dr. Todd, how can people connect with you?
The text line is open, 217-355-5051.
There's the boofer. He gets paid today. Good work, boofer.
He's working.
Yeah, he is, sir. All right, thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
All right, see ya.
All right, watch out for that new kennel cough on steroids.
That's right.
Yikes. All right, that's Dr. Todd Likens, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby, and Champaign veterinarian. All right, we'll be back in the second hour. Got more texts. We're going to talk about the Willard Airport conversation. We'll do that next, coming up on 8 o'clock in Champaign-Urbana. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
A ceasefire violation. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, which explains the black smoke seen rising over Gaza the last few hours. Israel blames Hamas.
They are reporting 3 separate explosions at 2 different locations in northern Gaza that injured a number of Israeli soldiers. They describe the injuries as light at this point, and they go on to say at one of the locations, Hamas militants opened fire on their forces, and they responded with live ammunition. Now, Hamas releasing a statement of their own, blaming the Israelis released for violating the agreement.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst. This happened on the first of a 2-day extension, with 20 more Israelis supposed to be set free in a swap for more Palestinian prisoners. Evan Gershkovich is going to be in jail for at least 2 more months in Russia after a court in Moscow extended the American journalist's detention. He's accused of being a spy, which the U.S. and the Wall Street Journal deny, demanding his release. Southeast Raleigh High School closed today in North Carolina. The day after a 15-year-old student was stabbed in a fight in the gym and died. Another student in custody.
School should be a safe haven for our students and staff. What happened here today is unacceptable.
Superintendent Robert Taylor, 11 years after the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut, a group of student victims' families offering a settlement with conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who had claimed it never happened and is now in bankruptcy after being court-ordered to pay them $1.5 billion.
The family's giving him the option of liquidating his estate and giving the proceeds to creditors or paying them $85 million over a decade, plus half of any income over $9 million a year. Jones repeatedly called the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School that left 20 children and 6 educators dead a hoax on his InfoWars talk show and website, saying it was staged in an effort to tighten gun laws.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. There will be a memorial service today for former First Lady Rosalind Carter. Jimmy Carter, the ex-president, expected to attend. America's listening to Fox News.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Recent data from the FDIC reveals 53 top banks could soon collapse just like Silicon Valley Bank. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your savings today using a gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To find out more, get a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group by texting the word SHELTER to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust. So text SHELTER to the number 989898 and protect what's yours.
While what could be a shaky ceasefire in Gaza holds, the U.S. is sending 3 plane loads of food and medicine and other supplies to be included in the humanitarian aid being sent into Gaza for Palestinian civilians, as Democrats keep pushing an aid package for Israel that would also include more funding for Ukraine to battle Russia.
Nearly a dozen Senate Democrats discussing the Israel-Hamas war with Israeli Defense Forces leaders on Capitol Hill. This as the party has seen some divisions on how to move forward with supporting its ally. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer wants senators to vote by next week on President Biden's $106 billion emergency spending package that includes Israel and Gaza aid.
Members should be ready to stay here in Washington until all our work is completed.
Senator Bernie Sanders says the Israeli government should have to meet certain conditions regarding the protection of Palestinian citizens as part of the aid package. Meanwhile, some Republicans would like to see Israel aid and other parts of the package debated and voted on separately. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
After the Black Friday and Cyber Monday shopping sprees, we're asked to donate today on what's called Giving Tuesday. Charities raised more than $3 billion in the U.S. on this day last year. But the travel industry still hopes we shop more today.
Travel Tuesday, a part of the holiday shopping frenzy where hotels, airlines, and agents tend to offer discounts. Kelly also recommends a travel service like Hopper, which partners with airlines, home, and rental car providers, saying Hopper lets you freeze a price for a small fee to ensure you and your loved ones can coordinate a getaway.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin on Wall Street. Stocks could drop a second day in a row. Down NASDAQ futures have been down modestly. On Monday Night Football, the Chicago Bears closed out Week 12 of the NFL season, beating the Minnesota Vikings 12-10. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. About 70 firefighters needed from across central Illinois over the weekend to battle a large house fire near Monticello Sunday. It happened on Lampert Lane at about noon. Officials with the Mid-Piatt Fire Protection District says it began in a crawl space, and by the time firefighters arrived, it was a bit late. No word on the cause. Champaign man recovering at the hospital after he was grazed by a bullet during a carjacking Sunday night. The shooting and car theft happened just before 9 p.m. in the area of Edwin and Washington Streets. Investigators Investigators determined the 42-year-old victim was in his car, parked in a driveway when 3 male suspects approached that car. As part of National Rural Health Day this month, Mercy Health Urbana Hospital announcing it's been recognized with this year's Performance Leadership Award for excellence in outcomes. The leadership awards are based on the results of the Chartist Rural Hospital Performance Index. Gas prices across the state remain somewhat steady. It's best to check around for best prices. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. On a cold November 28, Tuesday morning, ESPN 93.5, I'm Stevie Jay. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Weather brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Busey, member FDIC. Meteorologist Greg Solier. Well, we're enjoying the teens. It's not going to stay this way, I understand, my friend.
Correctamundo there, sir. And nice moderation begins here. It'll be a bit windblown, so there still will be a little nip in the air, but we should be able to easily top the 40-degree mark tomorrow. And it's going to be essentially 40s by day, generally at above, or at least at or above freezing at night, and maybe a couple of days where if we can get close to 50 with some bare ground back to the west of us, all the while better into next week. We do get these cold air intrusions despite this moderate, ramped up and super El Nino some folks are talking about. We do and probably will get into a more frequent winter weather pattern, more so as we get into January and February around here in our longer range weather forecast. Certainly feeling like January this morning. 16 at Willard and Savoy, 15 Rantoul, 12 Paxton, 8 at Peoria, 15 at Bloomington Normal, 18 at Danville. We did have a little skiff of snow that came through some parts just north and east of Champaign, in particular some of those snow showers and flurries down Indy ways this morning, some lake snows into parts of Indiana and up there towards Lodi's place in southwest Michigan. In any event, it's a cold day today, sun-filled, 28, west wind 7 to 14 miles per hour. That's more like a January 10th high. Tonight fair, 19, and rising temps after midnight should be in the 20s here tomorrow morning, and then up to 44 the afternoon. 47, some rain moves in late Thursday, moves and continues to the area on Friday at 43 and falling. That's December 1, by the way. Saturday the 2nd, partly sunny in the afternoon, 44 at wedding time, and highs 45 to 50 for Sunday through Tuesday next week. A little more rain back in the forecast at times on Sunday as well. For Steve Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Well, it's awesome. We're going to see some sunshine. 44 when Grace gets married with Jacob on Saturday.
I love it.
Wonderful weather for December. Are you kidding me? Very thankful for that. All right, ESPN 93.5, we're talking about Willard Airport. Some other texts have come in since that I would try and effort here. Willard Airport, yada, yada, yada. Always talk, never action. CU has adjusted. Either close Willard
and save the money or do something about it.
Yeah. I drive to Peoria to get to Phoenix. I drive to Bloomington to get to Orlando. Easy peasy.
Right.
That's the issue. If we're losing 8 out of 10 in Champaign County to other airports, we're losing, the leakage is the term, then that's just what we have. And nothing will change unless we decide we want to change. But I don't know why we'd be the worst connected when you're relative to Bloomington, Springfield, and Peoria. I don't know. It's just a matter of priorities. If it's important to us, we'll do it. If it's not, we won't. And no amount of talk, we'll get it done. It's just going to take somebody to say, this is what we're going to do.
And more bringing up the free parking, too, Stevie, about Bloomington.
Well, again, I would just go another direction. I would find a way to raise several $1 million because that's what we're going to need to attract the Allegiants and the Frontiers.
Okay.
But how many of you would enjoy a pretty low-cost flight direct from Champaign to Orlando, Florida?
Well, yeah.
I think we would all price it, wouldn't we?
Well, and it used to be that there was a direct flight to Fort Myers, is it? From Willard to Fort Myers?
Long time ago, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, we were just excited about opening up these. Remember Charlotte? We had Champaign Charlotte. That opens the East Coast. That opens Paris and all these. It opens a lot. And that went away probably around the COVID time. They decided somewhere else. And the airplanes just go where they're going to make money. And Americans doing awesome. I mean, they're doing great because they're the only game in town. And I would love to have United and Frontier and Legion. I'd like to have what everybody else has. And it would be lovely. And I love flying out of Willard. When we took a Stevie Jay travel trip out of Willard to Europe.
Yeah.
How easy would we rather go through Champaign TSA or O'Hare? Show of hands? Oh, Champaign. Okay. Everyone.
Right.
It's so easy. And you get through and you're done and your luggage is gone. Bye-bye. You don't have to get off a big bus at O'Hare. So it's wonderful if we can all do it. I think we all would support it if it just, the pricing was there and You figure out how to raise the money, and so you don't have to have cost part. I don't care. Just get the money. If it's $200,000 we're losing in parking fees a year, then go raise $200,000 somewhere else. I don't care. Just you have to get more funding, more commitment. The bottom line is, at this point, you can say we don't care. We really don't, because you can't have 2 flights from Champaign to Chicago and 2 flights from Champaign to Dallas a day, 4 flights total. And everybody, Peoria's pounding us 3-1, 4-1. Springfield's beating Champaign, and Bloomington's been beating us for a while. And everybody says the free parking, that's nice, free parking Peoria too. But they've just been efforting and working harder to get airlines and guaranteeing them seats will be full, or we'll pay, kind of thing. And so you just have to have a model that you care. But the number one thing you have to have is somebody that cares. Somebody within the power that can do something, that actually has a passion to do it. Otherwise, there's 100 other things to do, right? It's not a priority to get more people. I would think, though, with 50,000 students and award-winning professors and leaders in administration, that you'd want to be able to say, yeah, come on into Champaign. We'll have a week, and we'll show you everything. Well, how do you get there? I'll go through Bloomington. Ouch. That's ISU. I'm sorry. Well, we got to be better. We're bigger.
Right.
All right, that's the discussion on Willard. You're always welcome to do something. If it's up to the University of Illinois, then you got to work the system. You got to go through the trustees and the chancellor. Chancellor's kind of in charge to drive it. If Chancellor Jones wants to do this, he would. It's just not on the docket as a high priority, based on what we have. So it's if we wanted, I'd love it. I would love it. We would fly out all of our groups out of Champaign if we could. But if you're talking about, $250 difference in price, multiply that by 30, you're going to drive. You're going to get a bus. So Jeff Wilson can change it all. All we got to do is get him in a role of power. He is in our studios. County board today, governor tomorrow. If you were governor, you could change this. Jeff, get close. How are you?
Hey, it's a wonderful day. And what an awesome Christmas tree in downtown Philo.
Is it not worth the drive to come here?
So impressive. Everybody in all of the county needs to come by here and get around that tree.
It's huge.
Oh, it's awesome.
I mean, we know we're bigger than Paxton. We're trying to get a yardstick to Gibson City. Gibson City's been doing this a while, but I can't imagine. I except for like the forest, I don't know where we got this tree.
That is like cool. And a shout out to Philo. Did you know, Stevie Jay, that Philo stood tall against the state mandate on wind farms?
Yeah, we were. It was St. Joe, Muhammad, and Philo said we don't want to use the best farmland in the world for wind farms. Yeah. And the state has kind of done a little edict on us, and so we kind of mandatory thing. And Philo held on. Muhammad and St. Joe said okay, I guess.
Muhammad and St. Joe kind of withered away at the last minute.
Was it pressure? Political pressure?
You know what? I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I could just only imagine. But I'm just so thankful for the town of Philo and the village of Philo, the mayor of Philo, the people of Philo, that all gathered out and to stand strong against the state mandate to relax restrictions on placement of wind farms. So God bless them.
Well, and had it not happened that way, then it would have been...
Oh, it would have been a done deal.
So because some Republicans could actually change something. So you got all your Republicans on the page. You needed 17 votes, right?
Yes, supermajority, 17 votes. On the board, Stevie, there's 16 Democrats and 6 Republicans. This required majority vote thanks to Philo, right, which requires 17 votes. So there was 15 Democrats present. They got 15 votes.
So what did it say? What did the state say, relaxing? What does that mean?
Well, you could look at it, the way I look at it is really an offset distance on where the 800-foot tower can be on your property. And it's relaxing. So instead of like 1.5 times the tip height, it's 1.1. And it's really not based on the actual boundary of the property. It's based on the adjacent building on an adjacent property. So you could have that thing spinning and a humming and a blinking, all that stuff right next to you. And, there are some studies out there that show that there's some adverse impacts to living near these wind towers.
Well, the hot thing is solar. Anything change with solar?
Solar is similar, very similar.
But I mean, is it got to be a separate thing, or is it wind and solar?
The variance will be on wind or solar. Depends on how it goes through the ZBA. And then, if it's ZBA, They stood tall, Stevie, unanimously rejected the state mandate. However, the Democrats were able to provide a coup and got rid of 3 of the ZBA members and replaced it with 3 others. And we weren't able to resist that, but we did protest it, but we weren't able to resist the change in membership of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Well, are we getting sued now by the state or something because we stood our ground? I mean, and then what does that mean? What does a lawsuit mean? I mean,
well, what does it mean? So it's just a matter of law. So where the state can say, okay, you guys get your act together, and then we'll bring suit for forced compliance.
Forced compliance? What,
or change your regulations so it's not more restrictive than what the state is requiring.
Couldn't they just say county board can now just have a simple majority to pass it or something like that?
No.
Couldn't do that.
No, it still has to be a supermajority as long as Philo continues to stand strong.
Well, it's amazing that Philo's the last one that said this, and I'm pretty positive it's all based on the fact that we don't think this great farmland, which we're blessed to have in Champaign County, should go to this.
Well, I agree with you. So here's a solution. What you could do is just put a 600-foot tower on the quad, and maybe that would be there, and people could enjoy this wind farm right there on the quad. Because there's no farmland there, right? I know that's crazy.
Jeff, you're so facetious. You're so mean-spirited.
It's a little cynical. I got that. But think about it. I mean, all these people that live in town, they don't want it in their town, right?
No, right.
If you live out in the
let's
farmland,
put it in Martha's Vineyard. That worked well.
Yeah.
Martha's Vineyard, they nixed that about as fast as the immigrants were nixed out of Martha's Vineyards, too. So, listen, nobody's against clean. It's just we're not going to do it in the next 2 weeks. It's going to take an evolution, and we've not figured out what to do with the batteries environmentally when the cars.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out that a regular car fire is 1,500 degrees and a battery car fire is 5,000 degrees. You can't put it out very easily. It takes a long time.
Yes.
So some of these byproducts of some of our great ideas need a little more study.
Well, there's always a consequence for technology, right? Sometimes we know it today, sometimes we don't know it till a generation later.
Okay, so because you're talking about, when you're talking solar, if people are offering $1,000 to $2,000 an acre and you're getting $300 on your cash rent, I mean, that's a lot of money.
There's a financial, economic incentive to doing this, and I can understand that. I can understand it, but I just want to be thankful for the farmers that actually, I'm not a farmer. Never been a farmer, never will be a farmer. I was a city kid. I was on a submarine so deep underwater. There's no farms underwater.
Yep.
And I went to school and worked in professional nuclear industry, but you know what? I don't know what it's like to be a farmer, but I can respect what they do.
All right, so VA, right?
Speaking of being a veteran, let's talk about
VA.
You got something from some news here, an event coming up, right?
December 2nd in Rantoul.
All right, December 2nd, Rantoul. So the VA it's called Healing Invisible Wounds Conference. That's Healing Invisible Wounds Conference here in Rantoul. It's on Saturday from 9 to 1:30. Breakfast is provided at 9, lunch at noon, and breakfast is provided by a local vendor called ET's.
Okay.
Which I have not heard of ET's, but the food must be out of this world, I guess. So anyway, we've got, and then there'll be a team of people there just loving on the veterans and supporting veterans and their families that are suffering from PTSD. And right now, you could register today. You could register online. You could register at www.stoptheviolence.io. Stoptheviolence.io. You could register today. Right now, about 50 people have already registered.
Awesome.
And expecting about a crowd of 100, 150 veterans. Transportation is provided. If you need transportation, just register and get a hold of the team. And this is led by Robbie Walker. And Robbie Walker, I just want to say, is a fantastic individual. He's devoted his life to serving veterans, 30 years of service for the veterans. And he and his team is organizing this over at Rantoul at the Rantoul Business Center.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, thanks for the details.
One more time, where do they go to register?
StopTheViolence.io.
All right, here's where you register. Register at stoptheviolence.io. Stoptheviolence.io. Or you could also call if you'd like to, and the phone number is 217-215-6242. 215-6242. And register, show up, and also volunteer. If you want to volunteer and love on veterans, Saturday is the day.
Okay, Gary just texted in, you'll love ET's fantastic food.
Nice.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
Jeff, thank you for coming in and illuminating us on something very important. And let me know when you're going to fix Willard and get more flights.
Yes, sir. Well, when I become governor, yeah, I'll do that. See you later. Bye.
Thank you.
Jeff Wilson, ESPN 93.5. It is coming up on 8:21. We'll check your Fox Business Minute next.
So when was the last time you saw a best deal guarantee?
You mean a promise that actually held up?
Right.
That some unknown online entity didn't want you to log in and download a code and then re-verify as you join some club.
Drives you nuts, I know.
And then once you purchase that set of steak knives...
Well, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World is a lot simpler. You find a verified great deal and they beat it. Just show them the deal you saw. A newspaper clipping or the online cart price will do, and then you're good.
At Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, it's one of those instances where you see a best deal guarantee and...
you get the best deal.
This is Dennis Reekin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Our exclusive 10-year protection plan comes free with most appliance purchases. Whether it's a GE, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, Bosch, or any of our 30 brands, I guarantee we will beat any competitor's deal. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Boeing shares are higher after analysts expressed optimism about the plane maker, saying its stock can rise another 25% in the coming year. They expect sustained strong demand for both the commercial and defense businesses at Boeing. Shares of Fusion Antibodies are rallying. The UK biotech company says it will work with the National Cancer Institute in the U.S. to discover the potential of therapeutic antibodies. It is Giving Tuesday. Companies are revealing giving plans today. Kohl's is announcing $5 million in grants to 200 nonprofits nationwide to improve family health and wellness. Kohl's Goods for Good sells children's books and toys and donates 100% of the net profit. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Kudlow on Fox Business is now on the go for podcast fans. Download the Kudlow Show podcast every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com. Kudlow covers the latest headlines and business trends with an emphasis on the financial impact facing households and businesses across the country. Listen to interviews with key business newsmakers. The Kudlow podcast will be available on the go after the show every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Everybody needs insurance, and that's why I love Kyle Lewis at Insurance Providers Group. This is Jay Lehman, All-American linebacker. Kyle provides auto, life, health, and all kinds of commercial lines of insurance. They are my one-stop shop for all my insurance needs, and all my rental properties are insured by IPG. That's why you need to email Kyle at IPGINS.com. Kyle at IPGINS.com.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
The best steaks in Central Illinois belong to one institution, and that's the Long Branch Steakhouse in beautiful downtown eclectic Gifford. I'm Jay Lehman. I'm a regular at Long Branch Steakhouse. I take my wife. I take my kids. I love the fried pickles, fried mushrooms, the onion rings, and of course, the steaks. The ribeye is my personal favorite. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 9. Tell Donnie Jay Lehman sent you. Don't forget the mac and cheese. Open Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to 9 in downtown Gifford.
Reach your savings goals. Busey Bank CD specials can help. Watch your money grow with competitive rates and offers. Visit Busey.com/CD rates. Visit your local service center or call 1-800-67-BUSEY today. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com.
All right, ESPN 93.5, we've got news coming up. Trey Yinks, the star reporter for Fox News live from Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the ceasefire has been broken. There's smoke coming out of Gaza as we speak. So we'll get the live update on the ground from Gaza on the Israeli war with Hamas. We'll do that coming up. Also, Tim Tyler, Chief of Police Champaign. We've not talked to him
Yes, and it is Giving Tuesday. We haven't acknowledged that too, but Eastern Illinois Food Bank is doing a Fill the Squad car, and actually Champaign, Urbana, U of I, the Sheriff's Department, all kind of competing as to who can fill their squad car the fastest or the fullest today for Eastern Illinois Food Bank.
So lots going on. We're going to break. We'll be back with news. Trey Yinks live from Gaza on the ground, and then Tim Tyler to wrap the show, Chief of Police for the city of Champaign, which we do have law enforcement official of the month coming up on Friday.
That's right.
So looking forward to that as well. All right, it's ESPN 93.5. It is Tuesday, November 28th. The news coming up.
Short-term market fluctuations can be unnerving for everyone. A proven way to tune out the noise and focus on long-term investment goals is to adhere to a well-constructed investment plan. This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you don't have a plan in place, we can help create one designed specifically for you. Call us today for a complimentary consultation at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA, SIPC, or registered investment advisor.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less. Don't forget, Stever, I'm giving away Jet's Pizza. If you want $50 to eat at Jet's Pizza, simply go to GoStever.com, GoStever.com. Why not? Go Stever, the program where I, Stevie Jay Handley, and happily give you my money, and you spend it. You have 7 days to eat your pizza, and then you must fill out your survey thoughtfully with great care. That's GoStever.com. Pizza from Jets.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Israeli military says Hamas has violated a ceasefire now in its 5th day. Fox's Trey Yingst.
They are reporting 3 separate explosions at 2 different locations in northern Gaza. They describe the injuries as light at this point, and they go on to say at one of the locations, Hamas militants opened fire on their forces, and they responded with live ammunition.
The spokesman says Hamas is committed to the truce. Former President Jimmy Carter will attend today's tribute service for his wife, Rosalind.
He has rarely been seen in public since entering hospice care in February and made the trip from the couple's home in Plains, Georgia to Atlanta for today's service at Glenn Memorial United Methodist Church at Emory University. He will be joined by President Biden and former President Bill Clinton, as well as all 5 living first ladies.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Rosalind Carter died last week, 96 years old. Jimmy Carter's 99. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Illinois' Attorney General warning residents to exercise caution when shopping online for Cyber Monday and through Christmas holiday shopping season. He's urging shoppers to do research before taking advantage of buy now, pay later offers or accepting offers of loans. He also recommends avoiding fake websites and never give out private information. One man wounded following a shooting in Decatur. Police say the victim was shot Saturday night near the corner of Van Dyke and View Streets. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting is under investigation. No one hurt. It follows the Thanksgiving Day fire in Champaign. The blaze began Thursday in a detached garage in the 1600 block of Parkside Terrace. Police determined the fire caused by a grill, calling it accidental. Sports. Illinois dropped its regular season finale to Northwestern Saturday, 45-43 at Memorial Stadium. Another season for college football winded down, and that's what's happening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. It's a December feel out there this morning, and it'll stay that way for about the next 24 hours, but then south winds take hold. Another pattern shift, upper level winds in from the south and southwest. Lots of clouds, milder weather for the time of year, early December, and wetter too. Sunshine cold for the day today, west wind and about 28. The expected high should be at 42, 43 this time of the year. Down to 18 tonight, fair skies, slowly rising temperatures late for the day tomorrow, breezy and milder in the afternoon, sunshine in 44. Clouds roll in for the day on Thursday, some rain in the afternoon, the high to about 47 degrees. A rainy Friday, especially the morning hours, 43 and dropping. Some afternoon sun for the day on Saturday, not a lot, the high to 44. A little more rain back in the forecast for Sunday at 48. Still pretty mild around here for early December. Monday and Tuesday, a little bit of sunshine, breezy, high temperatures between 45 and 50 degrees. We'll keep you up to date right here for Stevie Jay Broadcasting. I'm Peter Olchus, Greg Solgay.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. Take a look around your home. Is it finally ready for some much-needed updates? If you don't know where to start, then just meet with one of our experts. We'll help you find the perfect waterproof plank floor for your kitchen or that stain-resistant, super soft carpet for your bedroom. Finish your room update with a custom sofa and chairs, or choose a trendy in-stock dining set that's priced right. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
ESPN 93.5, joining me live near Gaza, it's Trey Yingst. It's Fox News super reporter, and he's out there because he has a job to do. It's what you've said, Trey. And I guess we have breaking news. The ceasefire apparently has been broken?
Yeah, absolutely. And 5 days into this ceasefire, it appeared like there was some momentum to keep getting it extended. Additionally, the Qataris and Egyptians have been working to try and get more hostages out, but there are reports right now and information we're receiving from the Israeli military indicating there were at least 3 explosions in northern Gaza and an exchange of gunfire between Hamas and the Israeli Defense Forces. So it's unclear how this will affect the release that is supposed to take place tonight. 10 additional hostages were supposed to be coming home. But we do understand at this hour, intense conversations are taking place to try and keep this together as the war enters day 54.
Okay, Trey, what do we, I mean, how many Palestinians did Israelis give up? How many hostages? Do we know a count at all?
Yeah, so it's a 3-to-1 ratio. And so every time that a group of Israelis is released, the Palestinians will receive 3 prisoners from Israeli prisons. And so last night, for example, there were 11 Israelis that got out of Gaza as part of this larger ceasefire deal. And additionally, there were 33 Palestinian prisoners released from prisons in the area. And this is a ratio that is not favorable to the Israelis, but given the immense pressure this conflict has brought on the country and the efforts to try and bring as many hostages home as possible, they're willing to do it.
But we're releasing fighters. They're releasing 4-year-olds. I mean, women, right? I mean, we're releasing people that will fight against Israel, aren't we?
So the release is certainly not equal when you look at how these people ended up in prison versus in captivity in Gaza. And one from this weekend stands out amid the exchange. There was a young girl, a toddler, who was released, an Israeli held by Hamas for more than 50 days. And one of the people exchanged in that group was a Palestinian woman who attempted to set off a car bomb. And it really just illustrates the point that it's a variety of Palestinian prisoners that are being released, but some of them are convicted of violent crimes and attempted murder. And the people that are coming home to a hospital that we've been reporting from recently are kids. And that's really just the face of what Israel is up against right now and how they're trying to navigate these channels.
Outstanding reporter Trey Yingst live near Gaza on the Tapman's Towing phone line. Great to have him for just a few more minutes. Okay, Trey, so what was the point of Israel doing it, feeling pressure from the U.S. and the rest saying, oh, humanitarian? What was the point of Hamas, taking a breath and reloading?
It's certainly giving them an opportunity to reorganize and to scout out where the Israeli positions are in the northern part of Gaza. It is considered a humanitarian pause. You've got more than 2 million Palestinian civilians in Gaza, and we've been talking with them as well, and many are taking this opportunity to restock on clean water and fuel where they can find it. And the war is expected to continue when this ceasefire is over, and there will be new pressure on the Israelis, given the fact that Hamas leadership is now once again hiding among the civilian population. And it will be an incredibly challenging battlefield in the days and weeks ahead as Israel looks to complete 2 objectives, to bring as many hostages home as possible and to kill as many Hamas leaders as they can.
And I totally would be for hostages being released, but my thought was, why won't they just go get more hostages? They know they can't give them all up or they lose leverage.
Yeah, absolutely. And so they're likely not going to give all of them up. And right now what we're looking at through this Egyptian and Qatari negotiated deal is just women and children. The men are not on the table right now, and certainly not the soldiers, because Hamas understands they are really considered the most valuable among this war, and they're treated differently when it comes to these negotiations that were brokered by the Qataris. The Qataris have been really working overtime to try and keep this deal together, but as we talked about, there are violations today of the ceasefire, and there's a lot of international pressure about what comes next after this pause in fighting is complete.
Well, it's just brutal, and I don't know, how does this ever stop, Trey?
It's a good question, and we've been talking with top defense officials here. I've met with country's defense minister Yoav Gallant a number of times in person, and he said, "Look, this is not a matter of days or weeks, but rather a matter of months." And the country is bracing for months of battle ahead. We've been inside Gaza multiple times since this war started, alongside Israeli forces that have provided the media with embeds. And I will say that it gives you a first-hand look at what's actually happening. With that said, we don't have the flexibility that we'd like because we are at the mercy of the Israeli military, who will take us where they'd like to take us and show us what they'd like to show us. but we do our best to do that straight down the middle reporting, talk to as many Palestinians as we can, as many Israeli officials as we can, and just try to bring our viewers a picture of what is to come and what's happening on the ground.
No, it's outstanding reporting. You're passionate, you're factual, you're authentic. Trey Yanks, keep it up. Stay safe. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
You betcha. Trey Yanks live from Gaza, ESPN 93.5. All right, it's 20 before 9. We transition to the chief of police, the Champaign Police Department. Tim Tyler, I've heard so many good things about you. I have not met you. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Thank you all for having me this morning. I appreciate the compliments, but I just really try to serve my fellow community members to the best of my ability.
Well, you're doing it. I'm Stevie Jay. That's Diane Ducey. I support police. I've been very much an advocate since the stupid stuff of all the disrespect and all that. So I can talk about it. You guys kind of have to shoulder it so I can express maybe what some of you are thinking, but I'm all for you, and I think you've done unbelievable things. And is everybody perfect? Of course not. But you have brought an energy because your departments, your people love you. I mean, so good going, Tim. What are you doing? You're stuffing a squad car?
Yeah, I mean, so this is my favorite time of year. It's Giving Tuesday. We support Eastern Illinois Food Bank with feeding our fellow community members. It's a joint effort to collect food donations for those in need. Every police agency in this county, especially the Sheriff's Department, University of Illinois PD, Urbana Police, and the Champaign Police, we all have squad cars next to our police departments, and we're asking our community members to bring non-perishable goods and just stuff the squad car as much as you can with food and on shelves for our community members that are in need.
When are we doing this?
We're doing it today, all day. We have a tent set up next to the Champaign Police Department. I will be out there welcoming my fellow community members and thanking them for helping. This is another great time of year. We get an opportunity to share in the heavy load of other community members. So we're looking forward to this very much so.
Okay, so go to the pantry and empty it.
For sure. And with 100,000 neighbors facing hunger here in East Central Illinois, this is something Eastern Illinois Food Bank wants to do and restock their shelves this holiday season. So, again, the Champaign Police Department at 82 East University. Will we find the squad car right out front, Tim?
Yes, it's right in the north parking lot. I'll see you there. As a matter of fact, we got warming tents set up. We're going to be taking photos of community members that are placing food in the squad car so we can share on our Facebook page. But it's very important that our community members know that our first line of service is to make sure that our community members are fed.
I think it's awesome. Okay, so you got the Champaign Police Department, Champaign Sheriff, U of I, your band, everybody's participating. There must be a website where I can go find all the details.
eifoodbank.org.
eifoodbank.org to find and just run to Aldi and buy a bunch of cans and help.
Right.
It'd be an awesome thing. You feel great doing that too.
Here
by
on
the way.
Giving Tuesday.
Good idea. Tim, we'd love to have you in our studio in downtown Philo someday to just talk stuff and get to know you a little bit better. But good work. Where did you come from? Where were you before this?
Yeah, so I've had a very interesting law enforcement career. In April will be my 31st year.
What?
I had a joint role. I was the chief of police for the Illinois Conservation Police, and I was also a deputy director, colonel with the Illinois State Police. And also in the military world, I'm a colonel, military police right now. But I first started in this little town called Markham, Illinois. I grew up with law enforcement, military family, so it's what I have to do to carry on my family tradition. It's all about serving our fellow community members. So
we ought to call you Chief Colonel or something more than just Chief. That's what we ought to call him, Chief Colonel. Listen, why did you take Champaign? Why?
Champaign, I was telling someone in an interview, the job came out early in that November. I'm a Christian guy. I don't mean to upset anyone, but it literally was told to come here from a higher power. and that's why I everything I do, I take it very serious.
Awesome.
I just do what's right by my belief system, and I also want to do what's right by the people I serve. So yeah, I came here really like, hey, you need to go there. And it's been overwhelming regarding the support that I've been getting, not only from the police department, from elected officials, but most importantly, like the community members. There are some hard conversations that go on one-on-one, and I'm finding out that a lot of it is managing expectations. I think some of these law enforcement shows give an unrealistic standard of law enforcement. We have this weird thing in the United States called due process that we have to follow, unless or else we will get in trouble for official misconduct.
Well,
so
you can just, by your voice and by your belief system, you've got integrity, you've got, a set of morals and values. Those are awesome attributes to have as a human being. Well, we appreciate you taking a tough position here. And again, people have been raving about Chief Colonel Timothy T. Tyler.
There you go.
We've been excited, and I hope we get to meet in person sometime.
And how is the team around you, Tim? Do you like the staff?
Oh, I'm the luckiest guy in law enforcement. I have some of the best public service, especially my civilian workforce. I mean, they're just so smart and so intelligent and so dedicated. So it's not a hard job because they do all the heavy lift. I just get out of their way and make sure that they have everything that they need to succeed.
And when you deal with some of the issues, with people that you arrest and people that you have to find, I mean, it's got to be on a human level after you do your job. It's so sad that you have so many misled teenagers, particularly, that haven't been shown the way, that haven't been given anything. And it's just a sad situation.
Yeah, right now, my focus, where I see a lot of trauma, and I always tell people you need to start with the root cause, because what you see at the end of a crime scene is, what really happened. We really need, as a community, to start focusing on domestic violence and eradicating, because there's a lot of trauma that goes on that becomes cyclical, and it also leads to other, violent crimes later on. So I'm a big supporter of the court-appointed special advocates, CASA, and they deal with using elected children. And I'm also a member of the Boy Scouts, where we're out, making sure that children you can get the right type of training. But today is the day that we stop domestic violence. Today is the day.
All right, it's our Chief of Police in Champaign, Tim Tyler. We thank you for your time, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all you're doing. Thanks for being on today.
Thank you. Thank you for your great show. God bless you, and happy holidays.
God bless you as well. Champaign Police Chief Colonel Timothy Tyler.
And it is Giving Tuesday, so if you need more information about Eastern Illinois Food Bank and the Stuff the Squad card today, eifoodbank.org.
Stevie Jay here. With Nate Evans of eXp Realty, you'll always get a stress-free sale for the most money.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Local, personal, trusted. Hi, this is Ata Durakan with First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana, and we've been serving Champaign County since 1908. Our institution is safe, strong, and stable. We operate on a foundation of responsible and sound practices, and you can rest easy knowing we're your bank. Rated 5-star superior by Bauer Financial Inc., fast, friendly, and local, with local loan decisions and underwriting. If you're not already banking with us, give us a try, and we think you'll love it here. First Federal Savings Bank, 356bank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS 435120.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Yeah, Giving Tuesday. Give what you can, when you can, where you can. There's so many great causes. It's just easy to pick. Quick check sports headlines, Diane Ducey.
Well, St. Louis Cardinals acquired Sonny Gray.
Yep. That's an ace. That'll be their number one starter, at least right now.
That's right.
So that's the third pitcher they've no big. I mean, Lance Lynn and the guy from Baltimore, but this is the guy that finished second.
I think that's Kyle Gibson.
Kyle Gibson. Yep.
Gibson, yeah.
And he was the winningest pitcher for a good team, but Orioles scored a lot of runs. Anyway, the Cardinals are trying to get back into the hunt in this National League Central. So
Purdue on number 1 of the charts. And next up for us is Rutgers. They won yesterday, but that game is at 3 o'clock on Saturday, December 2nd. We also had the Bears win over Minnesota. That final was 12-10. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
Check your weather with Greg Solye. Coming up next.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Illini fans, taste what's special about Jets Pizza by ordering any of their specialty pizzas for $5 off. That's right, save $5 on all specialty pizzas like the barbecue chicken pizza, chicken grilled to perfection, premium mozzarella cheese, bacon, red onion, and BBQ sauce. All piled onto Jets' amazing crust made from dough they make fresh every day. There's also their super special all-meaty chicken bacon ranch and more, all $5 off. Make your day special and order a Jets specialty pizza for $5 off.
Well, why don't you just let me give you $50 of Jets Pizza?
I love it.
GoStever.com. It's our giveaway today. You have to be a member of the club. You can join and enter this same
and
motion.
It's free to do that.
Free?
Mm-hmm.
Free.
Exactly.
So GoStever.com, $50 of Jets. You have 7 days to eat the pizza.
It's at 512 South Neal Street at Neal and Green and 1907 West Springfield over by Round Barn. 2 great locations. The staff is great. In fact, if you need a side hustle into the holiday season, talk to the folks at Jets Pizza. They're great to work with.
Yep. Okay, yeah, that'd be fun for your parties, too.
Mm-hmm.
All that great stuff.
All the catering.
Yep, giving out $50. You can only win this thing once a year to give people a chance to taste this pizza. It's GoStever.com. Good luck. You'll get an email after 8 tonight if you're one of the winners. 7 days to eat it. Then you must fill out your survey thoughtfully, carefully. 8:52.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana and vicinity. Yeah, that feel of wintertime in the air for about the next 24 hours, but the sun will be out. That should help, and the wind will be down. We'll get those winds into the south, and temperatures will take on more seasonal expectations tomorrow and in through the rest of the weekend, into the weekend too, but a series of systems up out of the southern plains, plenty of Gulf moisture. I mean, lots of clouds and a fair amount of rain as well. Sunny, cold for the day today, 28 the expected high on the westerly winds. 7 to 14 miles per hour, bit gusty this afternoon. Fair cold tonight, down around 18, and slowly rising temperatures late. Tomorrow, breezy turning milder, mostly sunny, and 44. Into the 20s tomorrow night. Some rain in the afternoon on Thursday, up to 47. Rainy Friday, 43, and then falling temperatures. Some afternoon sun Saturday, a little rain on Sunday. Weekend highs in the mid to upper 40s, and still a little above average with dry weather Monday and Tuesday. Next week, high temperatures between 45 and 50 degrees.